Tonight is the last home game for Louisville City FC, and they're looking to rebound from a 1-0 loss against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Louisville City is also looking to clinch a spot in the playoffs with a victory tonight. The Harrisburg City Islanders are only 2 points outside of the playoffs with 2 games in hand and are coming off a 6-0 victory over FC Montreal. Good evening and welcome into Louisville Slugger Field as Louisville City FC plays host to the Harrisburg City Islanders. Alongside Bob Balvano, I'm Jim Womble, and we'd like to welcome all the Harrisburg City Islanders fans watching the broadcast tonight. Bob, this is a huge game tonight.
It's a huge game for both teams. Certainly, when you take a look at this Harrisburg team, they have had one of the fans of symmetry. You'll love this team because going all the way back to June 27th, the City Islanders have alternated losses and wins for over 2 months now. June 27th started a loss to Charleston, and from that point on, they've gone loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. The bad news for Louisville is, of course, that would mean tonight they're due to get a win, and that would be big for them because right now, when you look at these standings, these USL standings, the Harrisburg team has 33 points. They have a game in hand on Charlotte, who right now has the last playoff spot. So if they could get themselves a win tonight, they would move 1 point ahead of Charlotte and be in that last playoff spot. So obviously, that is a huge game for them. And you already mentioned for Louisville, after a great start, has kind of staggered a bit. They have lost 2 of their last 3 matches at home. And they haven't put a clean sheet together in a long, long time, just 2 in their last 16 matches. So they'd love to get back on track defensively here while keeping that explosive offense in gear. So, and you certainly, Jim, don't want to go into the playoffs having lost 3 of your last 4 games
absolutely
at home,
not.
especially when they've done all that work to, in all likelihood, now get at least 1 home playoff game. You want to go in feeling that you're kind of invincible at home, and they've shown a little vulnerability in their last home matches.
Of course, right now you see on your screen Louisville City players along with Harrisburg City Islanders walking out with my old Kentucky home playing in the background. But a couple players we might not see tonight. Juan Guzman for Louisville City, he is suspended from tonight's match due to yellow card accumulation. That's because he's picked up 5 yellow cards over the course of the season. A couple other guys that probably will not be playing tonight, Connor Shinosky and Kadeem Dakers, as they're both battling some injuries. We did see Shinosky last game, though. He's wearing the plastic mask because he's got that broken nose. But it's going to be a very interesting Louisville City lineup, and for anybody that has seen any Louisville City games in the past, this will look very bizarre to you.
Well, Dakers is such a big loss for them. Kadeem Dakers is 3rd on the team with 6 goals. He has a terrific chemistry working with the leading assist man on the team, number 2, Brian Burke. And he also is 2nd on the team in shots behind Matt Fondy. So when he's out there, he brings a lot of firepower both in creating for his teammates and also creating scoring chances for himself. So that's a big loss for Louisville City FC.
And right now you can see the players lined up on the field, and we will take this moment to also go through the starting lineups. And we'll start with the Islanders. In goal, Nick Noble. And in the back, they've got Neil Schaefer, Ken Tribbett, Dante Leverock, Eric Cruz. And in the midfield, they've got Jan Ekra, Jose Barril, Enric Valles, Jose Plumoff. And up top, got Andrew Luban and Craig Foster. As for Louisville City, in goal, Scott Goodwin. And in the back, Brian Burke, Enrique Montano, Tariq Murad, and in place of Connor Shinosky, Sean Reynolds. He's been starting the last couple games for Louisville City. And in the midfield, Magnus Rasmussen, Niall McCabe, Guy Abend, a guy has not started since the 2nd game of the regular season when he went down with an injury, and Aiden Quinn rounding out the midfield. And up top, you've got Matt Fondy and Elijah Illick.
Well, and that's interesting because this is, at least to my recollection, the first match where he's going with 2 strikers. He's always played just the one up top with the terrific play of Matt Fondy. But Illick has really brought some offensive firepower. They didn't score at all last match, so James O'Connor, the coach for this Louisville City team, obviously trying to make a push offensively. So Louisville will be playing with a 4-4-2, and Harrisburg will be playing with 2 strikers as well, also playing a 4-4-2. Louisville has much of this year played a 4-5-1, but they'll change their alignment tonight, trying to get some more offensive fire.
And of course, speaking of Illick was perhaps part of the most bizarre goal that we've ever witnessed as Louisville City played host to Orlando City, and in one of the most heads-up plays that I've ever seen, as soon as he realized he'd gotten fouled, the ref called the free kick. He took it extremely quickly, almost from the ground, and it led to an incredible goal. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to continue that strong play, because his strong suit has been in the air, and he's a very good finisher around the net. And of course, Matt Fondy, we can't say enough positive things about this young man.
One thing you'll probably see tonight is he will be very tightly marked, because he put a 4 spot on this team the first time they played in Harrisburg. There he is, Matt Fondy, with 4 goals the first time they played in Harrisburg. And certainly I would venture to say he will be the focal point of the defense. And he, frankly, in as terrific as Fondy is, and he makes goals in the tiniest of creases, he had a lot of room to work that first game against Harrisburg. And I'm quite certain that Bill Betcher, the coach, is going to be one of his priorities not to allow that again tonight. Quick hello, by the way, to all the folks watching us from the Harrisburg area, watching their team on the road here. And we mentioned their coach, Bill Betcher. He has been at the helm of this team since 2004. He's put together 71 wins, 49 losses, and 44 draws in his career there. So he's had a great run as the head man for Harrisburg.
As we will take a quick pause for the playing of our national anthem. Welcome back into Louisville Slugger Field, and that, of course, the playing of our national anthem. And Bob, you've actually got something you're going to be doing at halftime.
Yeah, so excited about this. Thanks to the Louisville Friends of V, the organization here that raises money for the V Foundation in their fight against cancer, and specifically with both the Louisville City FC and Caldwell Banker McMahon. All year long, they've been doing a Corners for Cancer program where $25 are donated for each Louisville City corner kick, and $100 if there's a goal scored directly from the corner kick by Caldwell Banker McMahon to benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. And they're making their check presentation tonight, since this is the last home game. So I'm going to run down to the field and do that real quick. So that's a really nice thing. It's been a great success. And Louisville City takes more corner kicks than anybody in the league, so it has generated a lot of money. And by the way, if you're interested in helping in the fight against cancer, you can find out about the V Foundation at www.jimmyvlouisville.org, and specifically about this program at jimmyvlouisville.org/corners, and find out how that's the one thing of all the things I'm very proud of for the V Foundation is that it has transcended sport. It is not just a basketball charity. We've got NFL people supporting us, Major League Baseball, National Hockey League, and now soccer is involved as well. So we're just delighted and humbled about all of that.
It'll be a great opportunity, as you mentioned, Louisville City perhaps leads the world in corner kicks taken in every level, not just the USL, MLS, anything in the English Premier League. It's unbelievable. They're averaging close to 7 corner kicks a game.
Yeah, they do, and that's largely, you know, the amount of attention I think that Fondy gets. I mean, when they play the ball to him, he's so strong that people are, unfortunately for them, having just to take the safe way out and play it over the end line and seeding corners. What is James doing? I thought he was looking at his wallet. Check.
He's pulling out his yardage book real quickly. He's just finished a round of 18. He's going back through his...
try and lob a wedge up there into the stands on the far side. Another nice crowd here as Louisville City continues to be second in the league in attendance and just keeps putting great crowds in. And tonight promises to be another healthy turnout here for this last regular season home game. Keeping in mind, most fans know this, 6 teams make the playoff. The first 2 get first round byes, and then they have a home playoff match. Teams 3 and 4 play right away, but they have home matches hosting teams 5 and 6. So Louisville hasn't even clinched a playoff spot yet, but they certainly are trying to get a bye and then one of those home playoff games, and that's what's on the line for them tonight. A lot of, I think there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. I think we're late enough in the season. That's exactly how it's perceived by both these squads.
And of course, Louisville City in the home purples will be attacking from right to left on your screen. And the Islanders will be going from left to right in a nice little light blue color. And very early on, Louisville City and Elijah Illick in a dangerous position.
And there we go. It's $25.
Right on cue. within 30 seconds.
I want to thank both the teams for allowing us to. Oh no, they called it a goal kick. No, they didn't. The goal. Well, we got one of each going on right here. Noble has the ball down for a goal kick, and Louisville's setting up for a corner kick. I think Louisville is in the right here. They will have a corner kick.
And there is Montano, who, again, about midway through the season, got put on to set-piece duty, and he's been absolutely huge.
Remember, in the first game in Harrisburg, they scored an early goal off a corner.
As here's the first one of the game, and that one short and cleared out by the Islanders.
Well, they tried to do it the same way. They the first corner kick was a low, hard one that was basically just played back on through to Fondy, and he put it in the back of the net. But that time, Harrisburg was of the mindset, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, not happening.
Reynolds for Louisville City being on the end of that throw in.
That's a dangerous ball there.
Again, Louisville City has been known to do that along the back line, particularly when they make passes between the right back and left back. It has led to some easy goal-scoring opportunities for opposing teams. So if the Islanders, if they've looked at their scouting report, they'll know you pressure this Louisville City team, because that back line at times can be a little careless with the ball.
They got a lot better as the year progressed. Here's Fondy with a chance.
Now Fondy, and I believe the flag was up indeed, as you notice Fondy is always right on that line, and frequently his positioning is absolutely perfect on crosses. As you'll probably see a couple times, if Burke is able to get out to that right wing, which you'll hear his name called a lot, look for Fondy to be in the right place at the right time. The Islanders working out of their defensive third. Nice through ball, but picked up by Louisville City. Quinn getting that ball up to Fondy. And Fondy was looking for a foul or something, a little confused. And we'll throw in for the Islanders. Fondy again applying pressure. He scored a couple goals that way.
I'm not implying about other players, so don't read into it. But one of the things I love about Fondy is when he gets knocked down, he bounces right back up. He is not one of those guys that is looking for the Academy Award nomination for when he's down on a foul. He just plays and he's a strong, tough guy, and I kind of like that.
I would say that's almost typical of the American-born soccer players.
I don't know if that's true of all of them.
Not all of them, but I would say a majority. From the games I've seen, typically that's kind of the mentality, particularly the U.S. men's national team takes.
Well, he would be the poster boy for that, because he knocked him down, he bounces right back up.
It's now Burke along that right side. And Burke gets the cross in, and I'll take a deflection, and we'll go out of bounds for another corner.
This play we're talking about, fun. I mean, that's a hard hit. And he's like, nope, not slowing me down. Right back up and chasing the play. That's one of the trademarks of how Matt Fondy plays the game. And Louisville going to have another opportunity on a corner kick.
And all his teammates will typically tell you that Matt Fondy's an absolute workhorse in the locker room. He's one of the strongest guys each and every single time he's out on the field.
Puts the time in the weight room, no question.
Martineau sends that in, and that goes right into the hands of Nick Noble.
Noble's a guy who was drafted by the Chicago Fire in 2007 and was on the roster for a couple of years. He never actually played in a league match. He played in the U.S. Open Cup for them. And he played in the Swedish Super League for a few years, which is near and dear to my heart since I coached in the basketball league there. His coach very high on him. Bill Betcher says he's one of the best goalkeepers that the club has ever had, and he's been there a long time.
Now that ball with Murad, and we'll work it along the left side to Montaneau. And he'll send it upfield as McCabe racing to try to get on the end of it. Had that ball cleared by Leverock. And Louisville City gives it away on that throw-in. And off the ref.
The referee with a nice defensive play, and that's going to lead to a chance for Louisville.
There's a beautiful through ball to Fondy, and he's able to track it in the corner. He's now working with Burke, and Louisville City will have to backtrack a little bit to a bend.
In the referee's defense, the guy kicked it right off.
And now Burke sends the cross in, but again, excellent positioning. That by Neil Schaefer to head that one out of bounds.
And another corner kick.
As we might be approaching a big number tonight.
I hope they haven't drawn that check up yet.
As again, Montaneau to take this one. The first two corners.
First one was a low, hard one. The second one was not, it was too close to the keeper, obviously more close than he intended it to be, but he's had a variety of different attacks here.
As Montaneau sends
That's a better one
in. And picked out of the air by Tribbett.
Yeah,
as Illick was on the backside.
Yep, that was nicely played there. And that's the advantage that Illick gives them, as you mentioned at the top of the show. You know, Fondy garners so much attention. And now Illick is certainly bringing some offensive firepower, which this team needs after being shut out last match.
As another corner for Louisville City. From the other side now as Montaneau sends it a low ball in.
Chance, ooh.
And a nice attempt by Aiden Quinn, but going just wide.
Mixing it up a little bit. 4 corners already.
As Noble takes that one very short.
Another goalkeeper with really good size. Noble 6'4". We've seen some big goalkeepers here in the last few matches.
It's particularly the Orlando City keeper, Earl Edwards Jr., who played phenomenally well.
Yeah.
He was also of that 6'4" ilk. There's a whistle and a foul going against Louisville City there.
Jose Baril, number 8, with the ball just a moment ago. He's the one who scored the lone goal in that 5-1 loss in Harrisburg in the 55th minute.
Now a Bend and Reynolds working along the far side. And Reynolds sending a long ball looking for Fondy. But again, Tribbett able to break that play up. As Tribbett standing at 6'2". Murad getting some space along that near side. Now up to Montaneau.
That's a
And he
good ball.
crosses it to Fondy. Fondy chests it down, and the shot just wide. That will be another corner for Louisville City.
Forced Noble to make a play on it. That was a nice ball by Montaneau. Started, though, with the good recognition by Morad that he had some room to carry the ball forward, and he did. Some pressure on the defense. And another corner. Take a look here again. There's the good ball by Montaneau. And of course, Fondy's so good at controlling it and getting one. I'm not sure that would have been on goal anyway, but you certainly can't take a chance if you're the keeper.
As the cross in, again, a short and somewhat low ball there, and that picked up by Neil Schaefer as he sends that flying out of bounds.
When they played in Harrisburg, they really did not have enough bodies defensively back in the box. You could see tonight, after that early goal off the corner in Harrisburg, they've got
they weren't going to make that mistake
they've
twice.
got the whole student body in the box right now, and that's certainly worked well for them early against these corners, this plethora of corners that Louisville's getting. Is there a whistle?
I believe there was a whistle there. That ball being pulled back against Louisville City. That's 10 minutes gone by, still scoreless here at Louisville Slugger Field. And that ball going all the way to the other end for a goal kick. That's Murad, a nice through ball, and just missed Illick there as McCabe trying to flick it on.
Stringing some nice passes together early here. Haven't really had a great chance. It's another dangerous ball.
There's that ball a little too far in front of Rasmussen there.
Nicely defended there, played very solidly, kept it in bounds and starts the counterattack.
And now Burke and Louisville City might be beat on the far side, but Reynolds racing in to send that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, makes a smart, safe play, gives his defense trying to get back. And that's always dangerous when you're on the carpeted portion over the infield. You're one misstep away from a guy slipping defensively and leading to a dangerous opportunity.
And those of us Islanders fans joining us tonight, you will definitely notice that a couple times. You'll see players slip on that different surface that is typically where the baseball diamond is. Because again, this is typically a baseball field, but converted excellently by the Louisville Slugger Field grass crew, the bats crew.
Nicely defended by Burke there. Control it, start a counter. Guy kind of lost in the discussion for Louisville has been Magnus Rasmussen, who has been a very effective player for them. He's second on the team in goals with 8. But they really, when they put so much attention defensively on Fondy, he's the guy that's got to really step up.
As that ball getting through the Louisville City defense and able to save it, that ball crossed back in. But again, a player slipping on that surface. And now Louisville City trying to get the counterattack started. And a nice ball by Rasmussen up to Illick. And Illick's taken down, and there's a whistle.
Louisville with a good counter started there, and the heavy lifting for that, as you mentioned, was Rasmussen. Take a look here. It's a dangerous ball right here. Watch the player slip on the carpeted part of the infield. Down he goes. Rasmussen does a nice job starting the counterattack.
So I believe that was Foster trying to find Lubon there. But again, unfortunately, Lubon slipped on the surface as he was in the perfect location.
This is the AAA home of the Louisville Bats, the affiliate of the Cincinnati Reds, for the people who haven't seen a game here before. beautiful stadium, but it obviously is not symmetrically designed for soccer. We're a long way from the action, frankly. We have a great seat for baseball.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
We're a long way when they're in that left corner over the what I call the Mickey Mantle corner out there. I love watching corner kicks under the Mick's eye out there. That's a perfect blending of sports. Dangerous ball there, a giveaway.
Unfortunately, Montano and Quinn were there to scoop it right back up, as now that ball up to Illick.
Hustling defensive play, but going to be a foul. Yep.
That's twice now Illick drawing a foul and preventing a counterattack for the Islanders.
Yeah. Contact at the beginning, great hustle, but as you said, kind of an obvious foul. There's another one right there.
That'll just be a with throwing, even though Burke was taken down to the ground.
Physical, getting a little more physical here.
Again, Louisville City working up that far side. And a hustle there by Rasmussen winning the ball for Louisville City. Some sloppy passing right there by Louisville, and the Islanders capitalize. Stepping in. And again, City will look to work from that far side with Burke.
That's the play. He and Dakers run to perfection, and unfortunately for him, he doesn't have Dakers there, and Illick tries it, a little give and go, the wall pass, and it goes out of bounds. He and Kadeem Dakers, Burke and Dakers have trademarked that this year on that right side.
Again, the last game, Dakers was unable to play, and there was a noticeable difference along that right side. Burke not nearly as effective. Now Reynolds. Again, Louisville working from that backfield, trying to string a couple passes together, and they get it up to McCabe. Reynolds asking for somebody to make a move. Now we're to a bend as Louisville City will look to switch fields. Now over to Montano. And he sends the cross in looking for either Rasmussen or Fondy, both there. The Islanders pick it up.
Nicely played back there. Awkward ball by Vallis, able to keep possession for his team.
As Murad was there to be on the other end of that through ball. Again, both teams having trouble right now stringing some passes together in the attacking third.
There's a good ball.
There's McCabe over to Illick.
Oh, nicely defended there. Harrisburg very sound defensively here early. Louisville's clearly winning the possession, but they have not really been able to put together a quality chance. When they've gone on the attack, Harrisburg has stood up to the challenge.
So now the Islanders working on that far side. They will now switch fields. As Leverock picks it up. And he sends it upfield, but an errant pass, and Murad picks it up.
The young man has really stepped up when he's had the chance here. Sean Reynolds having to play for Shanowski's injury. And I thought he's had really some sound play in the last couple of matches.
It's now Illick And that ball up for grabs. Again, Tribbett able to win it over Fondy. As you notice, Reynolds and Shinoski both play that position differently, as Reynolds tends to make a couple more chances, take more chances, and recovers, where Shinoski plays a nice sound positioning. And he's also much better in the air. As now through ball to Rasmussen. Now to Fondy in the shot. That ball's in the back of the net as Matt Fondy and Louisville City take the lead 1-0 over the Islanders here in the 20th minute of action.
You know, watching the match that was in Harrisburg, the broadcasting team there had talked to Bill Betcher, the coach, and he said, I'm not sure this Louisville team isn't the best team in the league. I'm not sure they are. I'm not advocating they are or they're not, but I'm telling you, when they play like that, that's them at their best. That was magnificent. String passes together in tight spaces and then put it on the foot of this guy. Look at this. Illick, back to Rasmussen, finds Fondy, little touch on the short side. He doesn't make a mistake when you get it to him there.
Matt Fondy's 19th goal of the season.
He is just so composed. They say the game slows down for the great players. I mean, your instinct here would be to try and beat him to the far side, and you see Nobles anticipating that. He's diving to his right, kind of what they do in tennis they call wrong footing.
As now again off the restart is Fondy on the end line. Fondy dancing with it now in the box, waiting for support. A nice series of dribbles there. And a pseudo bicycle kick. And then Quinn sending that ball off of Noble, I believe, and will be a goal kick for.
I think they called a dangerous play on Fondy for the kick, so I think it's going to be a free kick.
There's an interesting series of moves there by Fondy, as he was waiting for anybody, some support.
He was feeling a little funky right there after that first goal. He was dealing a little bit. Well, that's a big goal for this squad. We as good as they've been, we saw them go through a drought about halfway through the season scoring-wise, and it looked like they may never come out of it. And then the floodgates opened and they started scoring like crazy. Don't want to go into that mindset again as the playoffs approach.
Reynolds able to cut that ball off there. Is that a nice chance for the Islanders? Now Montaneau on that near side. Picked up by the Islanders.
Harrisburg in the 22nd minute here, still looking for their first shot. Louisville's had 2. As we talked about, 5 corners for Louisville. Give me an idea, a little bit of the pressure they're putting on. Oh,
there's a Louisville City player down there.
Look at
Fondy
this.
one-on-one with the keeper. He beats the keeper and he sends it in the back of the net for the second goal of the game, as Matt Fondy by himself gives Louisville City the 2-0 lead over the Islanders.
I think he's going to buy a summer home in Harrisburg. He loves this team. 4 goals at their place, 2 tonight in the first 23 minutes. And this is a brilliant bit from him to finish it at the end. Again, keeping his composure, just calmly going around the goalkeeper. They had marked him so well for the first 15 minutes or so, and now you lose track of him, and they pay for it. There he is, splitting the 2 defenders. Last-ditch effort by Tribbett, and then very calmly puts it right on the side panel there.
As again, a Louisville City player right now still receiving some attention after that play that actually led to the goal, as Tribbett actually got to that ball first, but Fondy able to stay on his feet, and as we saw, was able to find the back of the net once again. But I believe that looks like Rasmussen right now, as he might be a little banged up from that tackle.
This is going to, obviously the main concern is we hope he's not hurt very badly. This is going to completely wreak havoc with my halftime prediction of stoppage time. Here it is again. You see right there the hard collision. That's the one I reacted to.
As it looked like
Knee
Rasmussen
to
got
knee.
his foot stepped on almost.
Nope. Yeah, you can see he's favoring that left leg.
So he's able at least to get up with a little bit of help.
He's holding the outside of his left knee, and I don't know whether it was, as you said, it was twisted or kind of hyperextended when he got stepped on, or they just banged knees, which anybody who's done that knows how painful that is, but he's still being tended to. He's not ready to come in right now, that's for sure.
As right now, Louisville City will be playing a man down until either Rasmussen is subbed out or is allowed back in by the official, but again, still being treated along that sideline.
Certainly Louisville doesn't want to get conservative here. They scored 5 goals in Harrisburg. They know they can score, and Fondy's having another one of those nights. But especially right now, guy nicked up a little bit. You just don't want to make a foolish mistake and have that lead cut in half. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a corner.
As everybody in the stadium, including the players, thought that was a goal kick.
James O'Connor gesturing animatedly in front of the Louisville bench. He doesn't believe it either. Let's take a look. Oh, yep, it was. It was a good call. Tip your hat to the officials when they get it right.
As Rasmussen is able to also make his way back on the field. So both teams at full strength. As Plumhoff to take this.
The leading goal scorer for Harrisburg with 7 on the year.
And he sends that in, but nicely defended there. Is that Illick clearing it. And Noble coming way outside the box to get that ball on the sideline, save it from going out of bounds.
No reason to take a throw in, just keep it in play and start your attack.
Barrell, a nice ball, but unable to find the feet of Alice. That ball falling all the way back to Goodwin.
Yeah, and you know what? He's on that carpet. I'm telling you. You don't feel. Scotty told me he only takes goal kicks on the left side where it's, if he's going to drill one, because he can plant on the grass. And you see a guy go down right there. You're never quite sure when you want to put that plant leg down. And you could see that was, you know, miss it. Now, sure enough, if he plays it on the right side, he's going to take a short kick, as he does right there. If he's on the carpet, he's going to just roll it out to one of his defenders.
So now Louisville City will work from their back line. A nice ball by Reynolds to McCabe, and Illick unable to control it.
Well, that's a nice move right there. Just turns with it. Nicely defended. That would have been dangerous. He had a good diagonal run right there being made. Who was that? I believe that's Plumhoff. See, that one he could plant on the grass, and he banged that one. You're wondering why it's so slippery. This turf is usually used with ground up rubber that makes the traction very good. But because it's all part of the infield here, they don't want to use it, so they occasionally put sand on it, but it's still much more slippery than it normally would be.
There's Burke with the tackle there, and he's holding his chest now. He's a little slow to get up, and the Islanders will play that ball out of bounds.
Rasmussen, who just went through his own injury woes, he's holding his hand. That's what I'm not sure what he did there, but I don't think he's tending to his leg or his chest. I think he put his hand. Yeah, could be when he hit the ground. Yeah, you can see looking at his hand right there when he fell to the turf.
And he planted his hand there. Looks like one of his fingers may have gotten a little too extended. Again, that's just from the look up here. And if you're Louisville City, you're hoping and praying that Brian Burke doesn't have to come out.
Well, You can't fathom him coming out for a hand injury. He has had a very solid year for this team. Take a look again. Watch the hand when he goes to the turf right there. And you can see right away it was his left hand when he first fell on it. Well, actually, his right hand. I'm sorry. They both hit the ground pretty hard. I wasn't sure which one it was, but he was looking at his right hand.
And of course, on this day, temperature-wise, very hot, so actually a good opportunity for both teams to get some water. Harrisburg able to get on his feet, and now he does have a bandage on his right thumb. Looks like his right thumb.
Yep. 6'2" defender from Newport Beach, California. Played for the University of San Francisco. Beautiful place. I've done basketball games there. Gorgeous.
Of course, Louisville City will just take this ball very short, and we'll give it right back to Harrisburg as play resumes.
Good bounce back match so far for the home team. Louisville City needed one like this. They're off to a good start.
As a searching ball, Reynolds picks it up.
Yeah, but how sound was that? I mean, again, they've scored 2 early goals, but defensively they're very sound in the back tonight.
So now McCabe working on the near side. I'll have to send that one all the way back.
Still no shots for Harrisburg. This Louisville team would love to put a clean sheet on the board. They've had just 2 in their last 16 matches.
As Rasmussen is dancing on the ball, attempting a nutmeg, but unable to beat the double team. Now Leverock making a move and trying to find a through ball. As Fondy now racing on, trying to challenge Tribbett. And Louisville City does pick it up, as that's Quinn now along the near side, and he gets that ball to Fondy. And both players go down. Eric Cruz, as Fondy was trying to get around him.
It's been a very, very busy time for Louisville. They've had a lot of matches crammed into a very short window on the calendar. They've played 3 Wednesday matches between in the month of, well, counting this one, starting in the month of August. Take a look at Fondy here. Some guys tangle up and down they go. If that wasn't a foul, that really should have been a corner kick. Did he call a foul? Because if he called a foul, then it was the right call.
I
but
believe he called the foul, so there's definitely some jersey tugging there.
That would make sense. So it definitely was last touch by Cruz.
And of course, you're just talking about the last couple Wednesday games and a bunched in schedule for Louisville City, and that's not even on there. Is the Orlando City game thrown in?
That's true. It was a Tuesday night, so they had a Wednesday, August 5th match, Wednesday, August 12th. It was a long ball. Just a little bit too far for
Illick. So he almost got his toe onto that one.
Good move by James O'Connor, though. Illick giving them a little offensive push here. They clearly have been, now granted, they did score 5 against this team the first time, so, but compared to the last match against Pittsburgh, who's not really a great defensive team, Louisville didn't get a whole lot done that match.
As Pittsburgh actually a -4 goal differential. Yeah. They've given up 46 goals on the season.
Oh, that's dangerous.
That's a dangerous ball. McCabe now on goal. He sends the cross in.
Why in the world would he have chosen to save that? That was he's very, very fortunate that didn't wind up in the back of the net.
As now the Islanders.
They'll win a corner.
Has Luban there reaching down the far side and sending a dangerous cross in. But again, Harrisburg's fortunate there that Louisville City didn't get a 3rd goal.
Very fortunate. I mean, slid to keep it in, but you do that kind of if you know you have a teammate there. He kept it in. The only player there
was McCabe,
who looked like he was going to go in about a obstructed to the goalkeeper. It's Plumhoff to take the corner.
And Plumhoff sends it in.
Good ball. Ooh.
Beautiful ball. But the header a little bit off center. Is that Eric Cruz, I believe, skying for that ball. And again, there's Goodwin taking that ball off of the grass.
Left himself the option to go along with it.
There's
Pressure
a dangerous
here.
ball there. Again, the short passing in front goal.
And they've actually given up a goal on that earlier in the year.
Now Illick and Fondy working together, and Fondy drawing the foul.
He gets up and gives him a little pat. Not sure he interpreted it as particularly dirty. It was a hard play by Eckler.
So now Fondy sends that over to Montaneau off the restart. And now McCabe. And look at Montaneau kind of made that a little bit easier for the Islanders defenses. They're able to crunch in as Quinn sends that cross in. It was met by the Harrisburg defensive line. And a handball there going against Foster. Picks it up, through ball to Quinn.
Oh,
and Quinn's taken down.
Eckler, I'm not sure he likes that call. Oh, and he's going to get carded. Wow.
And the first booking of the night.
To be honest, I'm not even so sure that was a foul in the beginning with. It looked like didn't he play the ball? It looked like he he won the race to the ball, but obviously not. And I don't know whether the card was for the foul, the original foul, or for his reaction to it. Take a look.
As I believe he missed the ball there. And
It looked like he hit the ball to me. It was a very hard play, but I thought he made contact with the ball. But nonetheless, no matter what I think, sitting way up here in the press box, that fella a lot closer than I. Take a look again. Does he get a foot on this? Yeah, sure he does.
He does get that ball, so.
Then he gets booked on top of it. It's insult to injury.
Absolutely. Now Montaneau, that ball chipped in, and that to nobody. Harrisburg able to clear it. In the 37th minute here, Louisville City still up 2-0 behind 2 goals from Matt Fondy.
6 goals against this Harrisburg team in less than a game and a half. That's pretty good productivity.
Rasmussen now finding
Oh,
McCabe.
my.
And a
He's
lucky
in
ball there,
again.
McCabe.
Oh,
and Noble
my.
with an incredible save. Was that off the cleats? And now Foster off to the races, but Murad, the extra effort, able to win the ball back for Louisville City. And another ball looking for Illick, and he settles it to McCabe, back to Illick.
Louisville clearly is just playing through balls at will. Here's another one here as you watch the replay. McCabe, unfortunately for him, not able to get it around Noble. A nice save. Noble with a terrific leg save there. Those are the ones that Fondy makes his living on.
Yes.
He doesn't miss that one, but McCabe trying to make a nice run. They have done a really good job making the long runs, the diagonal runs in the front, and then the through balls have been there repeatedly tonight and in the first match as well.
Reynolds tried to jump on that ball, but he's whistled for the foul. That's a free kick from right around second base.
It's almost right on the bag. A little too far towards the outfield. Oh, look, here it is again. That's an easy ball.
I wonder what a free kick would be like if there was actually
Second base?
if he took it from the bag.
Put it on top of the bag. It'd certainly be
be like putting on a tee.
It'd be very easy to get the ball airborne. No question about that. Dangerous spot, but unlikely he's going to be able to beat Goodwin straight off the kick, so he's going to have to play it to someone, you would think.
And he'll have to be careful with his footing here again.
There it is. Nicely played by Burke.
Now Rasmussen chipping it up.
There they go.
And Louisville City might be the beneficiary of a player slipping again, as now Fondy off to the races. And he's able to keep it in along the far side, sends the cross in. And a player going down. Now McCabe with the ball. Back to Quinn. Quinn the shot and a deflection. And
Fans wanted a penalty kick there on that rough play. They're very animated in their response right now. What a wonderful ball from Fondy, who's not just a goal scorer. Take a look at this work. Tight ropes the sideline, then a beautiful ball there. Oh my! That's pass interference, an automatic first down in another game. Illick has a right to complain about that. And Quinn not able to get his shot through in the second try.
it's now Burke along that right side.
Another long ball again.
As Illick finds Fondy. Fondy now!
Again!
And Fondy finds the back of the net again for a first half hat trick, giving Louisville City the 3-0 lead over the Islanders. And my goodness, Matt Fondy loves playing the Islanders.
Well, you know, there's very few in the game better at him when you play that long ball to him, making the through run, of being able to control it and then immediately recognize where he is and put it in the back of the net. And he does it. You saw he's not the only one who's had that chance tonight. You've seen a number of other players have the chance. McCabe had the chance. Quinn had the chance. But nobody finishes like this guy. Look how calmly sees where the keeper is.
And he did the opposite thing there. His last
Played
goal.
it back to the long side rather than the short side. Here it is. Look how quickly he gets control, senses where the keeper is. This time beats him to his right. Last time beat him to his left. He has 3 already.
And that's 21 on the season.
Which breaks the existing record.
Has also 7 goals alone against Harrisburg in 2 games for Matt Fondy. My goodness, he's hungry. So now the Islanders working on the far side. That cross sent in, but it met by Murad. Now McCabe racing to the sideline, saves it from going out of bounds. And Quinn trying to find Fondy on the throw ball. McCabe picks it up, and now Fondy has some room, racing to the middle, and tried to do a little too much by himself as his last touch betrays him. It's now Vallis. And an interesting shot attempt there, goes right off a bend. It's Quinn booting it upfield. Fondy wanted to get on the end of that one, but Noble coming off his line to clear it. My goodness, this is a very different Louisville City team than the one we saw this past Saturday. Played there by the Islanders. To nobody except for Goodwin and Reynolds. So now Burke along the right side. And Illick picking it up. Now up to Fondy. Fondy unable to hold on to it. Now the Islanders with a chance, as that's Foster. He's just outside the box, and he sends that over to Lubin. Plumhoff, excuse me. Now Cruz working on the ball. Now to Schaefer. That ball crossed, but Reynolds picks it out of the sky. will stay with the Islanders. And that ball will go out of bounds. It will be a goal kick to Louisville City. Of course, that thing Bob talked about at the beginning of the game with the Corners for Cancer, a special presentation at halftime, and Bob will be a part of it, so he has left the booth for now. But don't worry, he will be back for the second half. We're now in the final minute of the first half, but there will be several minutes of stoppage time as two Louisville City players, Burke and Rasmussen, having to receive some attention. It's now Montaneau. And he'll get it right back. And Matt Fondy have an absolutely huge game tonight. It's a hat trick in the first half. And now McCabe working on the near side. Turns to the middle. It's Quinn getting pressured up to Montaneau now. Montaneau loses it. And the ball will go out of bounds for a throw-in.
Clock has stopped at 45 minutes and official time is being kept on the field.
It's now Vallis. And a chance for the Islanders, but Scotty Goodwin with the save. As Burke with the excellent defense. That will go out of bounds for a corner. Another look at that attempt and a beautiful foot save by Goodwin. It's now Plumhoff, and he sends that cross in, and Goodwin skies and punches it out of the air. And now the shot from distance, but that one was always wide. No trouble for Louisville City and Goodwin. That is the halftime whistle, so that will do it for the first half. As again, Louisville City, thanks to Matt Fondy, is up 3-0 over the Harrisburg City Islanders. There's a look at the man of the match so far, Matt Fondy. We'll be back, right back with more from Louisville Soccer Field in Louisville, Kentucky. You've been watching live action of USL Soccer exclusively on the Louisville City FC YouTube channel, produced by Turbo Sports Group. Welcome back into Louisville Slugger Field. We're still here right now at halftime, but a special presentation going on down for the field. This, again, part of the Corners for Cancer. Of course, Bob Valvano, my color commentator and co-host, is very much a part of this organization, so he's very proud of this. That's just a recap. The Corners for Cancer, $25 will be donated for each Louisville City corner kick, and $100 will be donated for each City FC goal scored directly from a corner kick by Coldwell Banker McManahan to benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. You can support Corners for Cancer, the V Foundation for Cancer Research, at www.jimmyvlouisville.org/corners. As right now, again, this taking place on the field, as there's a shot of Amanda Duffy, the GM of Louisville City, presenting the check, and the check tonight worth, this first one from the Family and Children's Place is getting a check for Mika Jorish worth $541. As that one just being presented, as well, again, we'll have a series of checks here, so bear with me. As this for the Operation Homefront up next, as Melissa Swift presenting $833. Again, Operation Homefront is a national nonprofit that provides emergency and other financial assistance to families of service members and wounded warriors.
Our next honoree is Doug Dressman of the V Foundation.
And also the Louisville Fire Department, Sal Melendez, and MDA representative Braden Tyrion presented a check for $857. And now on to the pitch is Bob Valvano alongside Doug Dressman. Of course, they're representing the V Foundation for Cancer Research. And they're presenting a check worth $1,281. Of course, this Jim Valvano's dream of finding a cure for cancer is one shared by millions. Although we have not yet achieved this goal, every day we get a little bit closer, and we'll continue to honor his inspiring words. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. As some other, again, bear with me, folks, here, a number of checks being presented tonight. A Splat Out Cancer and James Graham Brown Cancer Center for Dr. Donald Miller of the James Graham Brown Cancer Center, Jerry Prius of Price, CEO at Scoepio Ad Agency, Jordan Castle, project lead for Splat Out Cancer, is receiving a check worth $1,401. As on Saturday, August 29th, Scoepio Ad Agency launched one of the largest community art projects ever created to raise $1 million for cancer research. Using giant catapults, 1,000 plus individuals in the greater Louisville community came out to a 5-story downtown wall to launch a paint-filled balloon for a $25 donation. The end result was a one-of-a-kind piece of art permanently marking the event, and over $100,000 raised specifically for cutting-edge cancer research at the James Graham Brown Cancer Research. That will do it right now for this special halftime presentation. As now all fans lined up on the field with the checks in a beautiful moment here at Louisville City FC. Again, stay tuned as the second half coming up here live on the Louisville City FC YouTube channel. typically I do a write-up at the open and for the beginning of the second half, but tonight I'll just give you one name, Matt Fondy. He gave Louisville City the 3-0 lead with a hat trick in the first half. I'll also throw in a fun fact. Perhaps not a fun fact for Harrisburg City Islander fans, but Fondy has scored a third of his goals against the Islanders this season. As we'll get a look at a couple of these on your screen right now is that first goal of the game. Fondy beating Noble to the near post. And here's another look at that is again Illik Rasmussen to Fondy. As he caught Noble leaning the wrong way. And then it was Fondy by himself against Noble. A beautiful move. And he finds the side netting. That giving Louisville City the 2-0 lead. And alas, the third goal of the game. Noble this time leading, leaning to the right. And Fondy beating him to the left. As we are moments away from this second half getting underway. As again, both teams now on the field. Receiving last minute as Juan Guzman walking up into the press box. Oh, I'm good, Juan. as Juan Guzman, you don't know if you've heard that in the mic, but he wants 3 more. I think he wants Fondy to score 6. As now Louisville City huddling for last minute instructions, and I'm pretty sure the instructions go like this. Keep getting the ball to Matt Fondy. As both teams will switch fields. As the great Bob Valvano, off of his halftime duties, is back just in time for the beginning of the second half.
Perfect time. That was fun, very nice. All those charitable groups who got some significant donations, and nice to see our friend Doug Dressman bouncing back from his health woes. And we got a chance to see the players as they came off the field at halftime. They were all business too, even though it was firmly in their favor right now. They had game faces on, I'll tell you.
Bob, I'll give you a stat I heard from Steve, but a third of Matt Fondy's goals have come against the Harrisburg City Islanders. As again, that hat trick in the first half.
And he did just what he did the first game. He had a hat trick in the first half there as well. Didn't get his 4th goal till after the intermission.
So now the teams switching sides, and Islanders again in that light blue will be attacking from right to left. And Louisville City in the home purple will be attacking from left to right.
Fondy came into the match with 18 goals. That's 3 so far tonight, gives him 21.
So now the Islanders and Plumhoff working on the near side is trying to beat Burke. So now Rasmussen coming over to help, and Plumhoff and Burke beats him to the ball, but that will go out of bounds for a corner kick to the Islanders.
So now, by the way, with that goal, Fondy is one of possibly a trio of guys who are going to break the record. Kevin Molino had the USL record of 20 goals for Orlando City, and now, of course, Fondy's already got 21. He's got 3 more regular season matches to play here.
As Plumhoff takes the cross from Louisville City, dealing with it. But only as far as Ekra, and Ekra sends a ball in. And Monsono heading it back, but staying with the Islanders. Another cross in and a header, and that ball bounces over the post as that ball had Goodwin beat. Is that coming from number 5, Shane Johnson? Coming on in the second half, beginning.
Nicely played ball. Montano gets ahead on it, but not out of danger, and it's still a very dangerous spot. And as you said, the ball headed right to number 5, Johnson, who's a substitute who's come on here for Harrisburg, by the way. Shane Johnson with a good opportunity there. This Harrisburg team is no stranger to high-scoring affairs. Harrisburg played Pittsburgh in a match earlier the year that wound up 6-5 with the Riverhounds scoring 3 goals late in the second half and stoppage time to come back. So Louisville better not get too comfortable here.
It's Aiden Quinn sending that ball to Rasmussen along the near side.
Oh, what a great job to win the corner. Beautifully played by Rasmussen, bang it off the defender and win the corner.
Corners for Cancer, sponsored by Caldwell.
Montanaro will get set to take this.
You know, we've already got our check, and they're still getting corners. I think they owe us money here. Watch this play right there. Beautifully played.
That's the fancy footwork by Rasmussen. And Montanaro sends this ball in. And Illick trying to keep it alive. And now Tribbett trying to get things started for the Islanders. And a nice through ball, but Reynolds not making it easy for Foster, and Reynolds will draw the foul. As just tonight, Matt Fondy now leads the USL in goals again, as he was at 18 to start the match, tied with Rob Vincent, and Danny Koenig of Oklahoma City had 20 going into tonight's match, but now Matt Fondy alone at top with 21 goals. So now Johnson working along this near side. It's a nice ball by Vallis to Foster. And that ball sent in, a very dangerous ball. And now Foster picks it up, takes the shot, but that going wide.
I think it was blocked. I think it's going to be a corner. Take a look. These are Harrisburg getting much better chances this half than they did in the first. That was a dangerous ball. And then Louisville doesn't clear it. And yes, it definitely was blocked. Great hustle play, in fact, to block it off Foster's drive.
As the Islanders take that corner short. And they're able to keep it in play. Burke heading it up. Falls to Johnson. Now Fondy helping out on the defensive side, trying to lead the counterattack.
Love that. Goal scoring machine, throwing himself right in the thick of it defensively and coming up with the ball. As you mentioned, Fondy now with 21 goals leads the league, and he breaks that record set by Kevin Molino, 20. But looks like 3 guys are going to break that record, though, when it's all said and done. You've got other goal scorers that are right on his tail there, Rob Vincent and Danny Koenig.
There's now a chance for Plumhoff, but he's taken down. That foul going against Rasmussen.
Pittsburgh, who I don't believe, how many did they get a shot in the first half? I'm not even sure they did. If they did, it took a long time to get it. Now they're up to 4, so clearly they have played much better here in the second half. That's a good call.
Oh, actually, while you were walking down, they did get one shot, and Goodwin with a beautiful foot save.
Well, there you go. So I was going down accepting check presentations. Took them a long time to get there, so I guess some of this momentum started at the end of the first half.
As there's the spray. That's the first time I've seen this.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the spray. Why haven't the other guys used the spray? I like the spray.
I don't know. I think it's the perfect thing for soccer because it's just that foam, so it washes away. But
I love the spray.
this
Nope,
ball
that's not
sent
gonna
in, but right to Goodwin. And he's trying to start the counter early with that rolling ball to Burke. And he finds Rasmussen, who finds Fondy now on the wing. Fondy sends that back to a bend. Now to Quinn in the middle of the field, and they'll now work from the far side.
Nice.
Give and go, and Montanaro into the box, but he loses it. But guess what? Another Louisville City corner, as that will be the 7th corner of the night.
Void this check and get a new one.
I have to post date the check. That's Montanaro lining this one up. Sends it in.
Good ball.
Fondy gets the head on it, and that one hits the inside of the frame, but stays out.
Oh, Fondy almost got number 4. Beautiful ball by Montano. Fondy headed it down, and off the bounce, it hit the underside of the frame, and that's got as good a chance of carrying in as it does out. It came out for him.
That certainly had Noble beat.
Here, take a look. You just got the tail end of it there. Fondy holding his head, he can't believe it. He expects everything to go in.
Well, the way he's played tonight, can't exactly blame him for thinking that.
Asked him in the hallway as we were getting ready to do the presentation. I said, would you score a goal, please? Gave me a little smile, but he's all business on game night.
Now Schaefer. That ball will roll back to Johnson. And a long ball, that to nobody, will go out for a goal kick.
Here's a better look at that corner. Again, Montano does so well delivering the ball on these corner kicks. There it goes. Look at Fondy. Oh, it actually went off the defender's foot, too. That was doubly dangerous. Deflection. You wonder if Noble would have been able to save it had the defender not gotten his foot on it.
That's it.
I mean, he might have been able to save it cleanly. He had a good reaction to it. He was starting his dive. The defender laid it high enough to make it ricochet off the frame, but that was perilous to say the least.
Again, the Islanders fortunate of them have Fondy not picking up his 4th goal. As Johnson not sending that one very far, and Fondy almost took that ball quickly. And we'll wait for some support. Rasmussen was making a run along that near side. It goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
Let's see when they're going to take a long one. Oh, I thought he was going to take a long one, but instead just moved it to the side. And play it off the grass. Get that better traction.
As Foster and that couple Louisville City players appealing for a handball, but it'll go off Foster for a throw into Louisville City.
Fascinating discussion here in Louisville about really the makeup of this team looking ahead to next year. There's still a lot to play for here, but you know, frankly, you kind of look at this league as what it is. It's a 3rd-tier league right now, a minor league, and you wonder how many of these guys will be back. But our understanding is that some of these guys, a good number of them, are on multi-year contracts and might very well be back with the squad. That's
yeah, a number of the guys Louisville City owns the option to bring them back for a 2nd season.
Well, I'm going to guess they want Matt Fondy back again. Call me crazy, but
as again, this is a 1st year for Louisville City, and it would be huge for them as you're now an opportunity for the Islanders.
I'll tell you, Montano has gotten better offensively all year, especially his contribution off corner kicks and restarts. But I think he's gotten much sounder defensively, too. I mean,
well, he came in as a left midfielder, and he's been converted into a left back.
Well, the learning curve has been steep for him because he's playing at a pretty high level right now, much more effective than he was early in the year. He's really been sound back there.
There's Plumoff, sends this ball in. And that ball falls back, and now another cross into the box, but that going wide. As you could make an argument, Montano might be the most improved player for Louisville City, as once he was inputted into taking those crosses, you could see his defense also start to improve, as you mentioned. But I believe no player has made the strides of improvement that Montano has made for Louisville City. There he is again, and was trying to find McCabe. And a battle for the ball. Now the Islanders working out of their own end. Rasmussen coming back. Now up to Illich. To a bend. Trying to string some passes together, and Rasmussen able to keep that ball in. Again, Burke looking for Fondy. It's now on that far side. Almost a misplay by Louisville City. And somehow able to get rid of it is Quinn finding Montanel.
Yeah, Quinn made a nice ball in traffic there to keep possession, start the counter, and now they change fields and they've got some room on this right side.
That's Burke.
Let's get him a throw in.
Quinn will send that one back away to Murad. It's now Burke with some space on this right side, and he sends the cross in, but Johnson heading it out. And now the counter's on for the Islanders. As that's Ekra putting the wheels on. And finds a through ball to Foster. Foster with a chance, but a beautiful save by Goodwin.
Well, Goodwin hasn't been tested a lot, but when he has risen to the occasion. The save that you alluded to at the end of the first half, and then another good one here. Would really love to put a clean sheet on the board tonight, no question. We talked about that. Just 2 of those in the last 16 games for this team that takes pride in playing both ends, which has led to that terrific goal differential that we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
Ekra some fancy footwork trying to beat Burke. That'll stay with the Islanders.
Louisville scored more goals than any team in the Eastern Conference. 48 coming into the game, now 51. You should take a look at the replay again of the beautiful left leg save. Goodwin had to get off the line quickly. Louisville's only given up 27 goals, which is tied for 3rd in the conference. That's a nice combination.
Now the Islanders working from the far side. Now some space, but closed down by Quinn.
Look out.
And Quinn flicking it up, looking for Fondy. He's got him. Fondy will move the ball to the middle. Finds Rasmussen. One man to beat. Sends the shot in off the woodwork. My goodness. Now Matt Fondy with the ball again. Fondy racing into the middle. Sends it to Rasmussen again. Now to Burke. And Burke gets there, sends the ball in. The shot by McCabe.
Oh my goodness.
Fondy almost got onto the end of it.
Boy, I'll tell you what, when he watches the tape tonight, McCabe is going to be pleased with the result, unless things drastically change, but he is going to lament a couple of golden opportunities. He had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper earlier, had all sorts of time there, and couldn't put it on goal.
Is that the second ball off of the frame for Louisville City? Again, Matt Fondy, that header several minutes ago. And Rasmussen.
Boy, Rasmussen just took his time. So did Fondy. I mean, Fondy was just picking targets. Who am I going to send this to? And put it right to Rasmussen, who sized it up and tried to just bend one to that far post, and literally bent it to the post, banged it off of it.
Now Ekra, a ball in. A nice header and a nice ball. And the Islanders were appealing for a handball there.
There's Fondy again as you're watching replays.
Fondy by himself right now.
Nice.
Now he gets it to McCabe. McCabe, the shot from distance! And he scrapes the top of the net with that one. My goodness.
McCabe's got to be wondering, what do I have to do to get one?
He absolutely unloaded on that ball.
Beautiful play by Fondy, who's not just a one-dimensional goal scorer. He is 3rd on this team in assists. And watch this. Again, knows where everybody is, creates space by pulling the 2 defenders with him, and then, oh, what a good opportunity there. Just sails over the bar.
There's now a flurry of opportunities in the last several minutes for Louisville City. It's the Islanders.
Nobody finishes like Mr. Fondy. There have been a lot of chances. Louisville's taken 11 shots. This evening has belonged to Matt Fondy from UC Santa Cruz, who's among their many things of distinction is their school nickname, the Banana Slugs. How awesome is that? Banana Slug tonight is having a big contest for Louisville.
It's a terrifying mascot. Now Ekra again. As the Islanders working on this near side, a nice ball in, and Reynolds closing it off. And Louisville City able to clear it.
Look at Fondy. He is just relentless running around the defender.
Every single time there's a deep ball, Fondy is in the vicinity.
No, and he leads you to believe he's either going to get it or come awfully close. That was a perfect example.
So now the Islanders in the 65th minute here. Louisville City and Matt Fondy up 3-0.
Harrisburg deserves some credit, though, because they easily could have come out a little dejected here, and they put a little push on right before the half, and they've had some good chances here in the second half.
So now Ekra trying to get that ball into the box. Will go out for a goal kick.
Louisville ends their season with 3 consecutive road matches. The short week this week, you would think it's going to be close to the time that James O'Connor is going to start making some substitutions, but you wonder how many healthy bodies he has to substitute with.
As Kadeem Dakers, even though he's on the game day roster, not likely to play tonight. And of course, also without Guzman out for yellow card accumulation. It's a nice ball into McCabe, and again, the shot just wide, and he can't believe it.
McCabe is going to be denied every way you can be, with a low shot wide, a high shot over the bar, a one-on-one with the goalkeeper and a save. He's done a little bit of everything, and what chances he's had, my goodness.
As McCabe's going to need some therapy after this game
Look
tonight.
at this, a beautiful through ball, first times it, and just puts it outside the bar.
Just follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. So now Reynolds up to Burke along the near side. And Foster applying some pressure. That ball going all the way back to Scotty Goodwin. As Rasmussen with the bicycle, but that one well out of bounds. There's Johnson again. The Islanders will look on this near side. Out in the middle of the field. Again, they find Ekra, and Ekra, a long searching ball, and that goes all the way to Goodwin. There's Burke getting pressured. As that's Plumhoff giving chase. Now McCabe over to Montaneau on that far side, and McCabe gets it back. Now Burke along the near side, over to Rasmussen, and Burke, if he gets there.
Dangerous.
And that ball out of bounds for a goal kick as Burke Not quite able to get onto the end of it. There's an Islander player slipping, and Louisville City the beneficiary. Is that Brad Janikowskis?
Got a long run. Oh, just not quite far enough. See on that.
As Burke was there and had some space if he was able to get it.
Yep, near side. He had some room. You're exactly right.
Now Illich, a nice touch to Rasmussen, who chips it up. But the Islanders picking it up.
My goodness. That was not what they wanted to do there. Not sure Noble really wanted the ball played back to him there.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub.
See, I just did, because that's how I found out that Matt Fondy has 21 goals, which is now a new record here, and he's probably one of 3 guys that may very well break that.
And of course, USLsoccer.com is where we get our live stats from.
Which tonight we have. That's not the website. It's the internet sometimes. Nicely played coming from the back
certainly
there.
Spotty at best. As now McCabe over to a bend. As Louisville City working in the middle of the field.
Louisville City getting ready to make and both teams are getting ready to make some substitutions here. There's a giveaway. Jailbreak counter here.
And now Plumoff, if he can get onto the end of it, he saves it from going out. A cross sent in, but cleared by Murad. But now on the other side, as McCabe stepping in off of that pass attempt. Now Trippett. Over to Cruz. Now a bend. Louisville City picks it up here.
Garrett Pettis getting ready to check in for Harrisburg, and Nate Pollock for Louisville City.
It's Rasmussen over to Quinn now. That's 70 minutes gone in this one, and Louisville City still up 3-0, and they've had a couple opportunities to extend that lead even further. It's now Rasmussen, and Johnson picking that up for the Islanders. Now up to Ekra, looking for Foster. And Foster draws a foul. As that'll bring on some substitutions here.
Pollock is going to take Rasmussen's place, is that right? I saw that. On the other side will be Eric Vallis going out. There goes Rasmussen.
Harrisburg City substitution entering the match, number 9, Garrett Pettis, replacing number 11.
There's Garrett Pettis also entering in for the Islanders, and he replaced
Louisville City substitution entering the
number
match,
11, Eric Vallis.
Nate Pollock. He replaces number 10, Magnus Rasmussen.
It's a dangerous ball there, but Louisville City able to deal with it. That goes all the way to Noble.
Oh, nice bit of movement there by Ekra.
Ekra to Plumhoff. Plumhoff gets it back, and now the shot, but the save by Scotty Goodwin.
That was a nice bit of attack there by Harrisburg, all set up by Ekra, who did the heavy lifting at the start of that to create some space.
Now Louisville City will switch fields here over to Burke. As the Islanders beginning to play a high line. And now Pollock trying to get onto the end of it, but there's Johnson to send that one
That may literally leave the stadium.
out of the park.
It would have. It hit a light pole out on the concourse. Just take a look at
now
the shot.
Fondy, the shot. That one going just over the nets.
Yeah, while you were watching the replay, Fondy had another chance to put it high.
The ball literally left the building.
As I said, there's a light pole or to stand with the speakers, actually. If it hadn't hit that, it would have. We had on the concourse somewhere. It would get somebody's attention. You don't expect that when you're heading outside, literally outside the stadium in a soccer ball falling.
Hey, Mom, look what I found. It's now Ekra. A nice movement by Hoffenot.
I think what Louisville's done a better job of is when the ball's been in that position there, 35, 40 yards out, they've really put pressure on. Another long ball for Fondy.
Yes. Fondy not able to get onto it as a couple players going down there as Fondy ran into him. And he's a little slow to get up. He's just needing a minute or two to collect his thoughts.
The back line of Harrisburg seems to be getting caught in kind of no man's land. They're not putting pressure on the ball, but they're also getting beat on those long through balls and the diagonal runs, and it's leading to breakaways. I mean, Louisville has 3 goals, and 2 of them on breakaways, and how many other chances have they had off of basically one-on-ones with the goalkeeper?
Well, they've had 14 shots tonight. Is now maybe another chance. It's Fondy.
There's another one.
Over to Illich. Illich with the shot and the save by Noble. And Noble furious with his defenders, particularly Johnson.
As an ex-goalkeeper, it's a pretty good way to get your ire of your goalkeeper is to keep allowing him have to play one-on-none in the back. Take a look here. And again, Fondy with a perfect delivery, and they just cannot put one in the back of the net unless it's number 9 doing it. Fondy, that's as good a chance as they're going to have. That's got to be a little bit concerning to James O'Connor, though, is, you can't be a one-man gang in finishing. These guys have had opportunities to finish and not been able to take advantage.
As Louisville City taking that short. And Louisville City very well should have
another chance.
And Montano's just wide. Or excuse me, Tariq Moran on that one there. As a flurry of opportunities in the second half, and McCabe with a number of chances again, unable to convert. And I completely agree with O'Connor's probably got to be a little concerned.
You don't want to just be a one-man gang as much as you admire what Fondy's doing, especially when they've got other guys capable of scoring.
It's now Plumoff, and he turns his man. Now to Janikowskis, the cross in and unable to find Pettis.
Yeah, that was a great chance for the substitute Pettis who came on just a few minutes ago, and man, he had a great opportunity there. I'm not sure Scotty would have been able to do anything there. Goodman. Here, take a look again. Just literally an inch too far.
That surely would have found the back of the net as very dangerous ball. As Gaia Bend is coming off, and he's being replaced by number 5, Connor Shinosky. Again,
he's got that broken cheekbone, actually. It's not a broken nose, it's a facial bone, but playing with that mask.
Now Reynolds. And Louisville City playing with the ball in the air. Fondy coming back to collect it. Still haven't won it yet, and now the Islanders picking it up.
Oh, it's a foul there.
And Quinn's gonna earn himself a booking here.
Yes, he is.
That's the obvious foul.
Second of the match, one earlier on Ekra for Harrisburg. You see the obvious call there.
There's a couple players lined up on this attempt. And they take it short and wide. And now the cross sent in. Johnson,
Dangerous.
a chance for Foster,
Oh,
and Goodwin
great stop.
with the spectacular save, and again, the recovery as Pettis was racing in to close it out.
That's his best stop of the night. That was a brilliant shot, low and hard. He actually, you look at the angle, he had to dive back a little bit to be able to get around and beat that ball to a place he could corral it, and then had to stop a rebound too, basically. That's terrific work out of the Louisville City goalkeeper.
Now again, the Islanders, a couple of nice passes string together, and the shot from Plumoff, but that one wide.
Right, here it is again. Look at how the velocity on this. This is a good shot. First time, left hand, Scotty gets there, and then the rebound came right back out to Pettis. Scotty quickly back to his feet, and Goodwin secures the second chance as well.
There's another long ball for Goodwin. And Murad is whistled for the foul.
This Harrisburg team still very much in the playoff picture. Another nice crowd considering it's a weeknight, school's back in session. 7,702 for Louisville City here, another big crowd. Started to say about Harrisburg in the standings. They came in action tonight 1 point outside the cutoff line, 1 point behind Charlotte, 2 behind Charlotte, 1 behind Pittsburgh. They had a game in hand against Charlotte. Now they're, unless they make a dramatic comeback tonight, that will go out the window. Very close, very, very tightly bunched for those last playoff spots.
So on the 80th minute here, again, Louisville City still up 3-0.
Fondy's got a chance
Pollock
again.
over to Illick.
Oh, and he didn't run. They were looking for Fondy. They thought he was going to go on the diagonal run, and he didn't go that time.
I think Fondy might have been offsides, was waiting to make his run.
A little dose of Louisville's own medicine now, looking for the long through balls.
Now Burke on the near side.
Fondy wants one this time, and here he comes.
Fondy, and now at the back post, McCabe. Will this be the moment? It is not as Noble with the save.
Well, had to make a nice play. It wasn't very hard. Wasn't struck very hard, but he still had to make a good play diving to his left to come up with that clean.
So now Ekra was looking for Foster.
It's like a boxing match where guys are just in the middle of the ring throwing haymakers at each other. Both teams get it, make a couple of passes, play a long through ball. More often than not, it has led to some things.
There's another foul there against Louisville City.
Uh-oh, want to be booked or not? Nope, thought he was. They had just
No,
called the
no.
foul on Morad earlier.
Is that popping not? Just calm down a little bit.
Here's the ball. Fondy couldn't get ahead on it. The man who's trying to beat him with volume scoring doesn't get much on that, but perfect position. Noble secures it easily.
As Burke, a nice slide tackle to ruin that opportunity for the Islanders as Schaefer was trying to race on to the end of it.
Another substitution here.
A Harrisburg City substitution entering the match.
As Eric Cruz, night just finished, and he's being replaced by number 32, Shaquille Dyer.
Nicky Nettle corner, I would call it that.
It's now Schaefer. Sends the cross
Oh
in.
my!
And Godin was leaning the wrong way, but Montano there to pick it up.
Yep, Montano doing a nice job on that backside. An awkward ball and had Scotty Goodwin fooled a little bit. But Montano heads it out of harm's way.
So now Louisville City will get possession here on this throw-in. So again, the Islanders very fortunate right now not to be down by more. Has a number of opportunities for Louisville City hitting off the woodwork. It's now Ekra. And Nate Pollock picking it up.
Oh,
And
gives it
Ekra wins
away.
it back. And Murad again.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna book him. Yeah.
And also the Islanders are trying to take that quickly, but the ref stopping the attempt. As that's a couple fouls now in a row for Murad.
That's very similar to the play that Louisville scored against Orlando City. The play you were alluding to earlier in the broadcast. But instead of, it looked like the official was getting ready to take the card out, and then Louisville's got a quick restart, and he just let it go, and Louisville wound up scoring. Charlie Adams got really one that put it out of reach in that friendly against Orlando City.
So that gave him the 3-1 lead, and that ended up being the final result of that one.
Louisville going to make another substitution here. At least they're going to try to.
We've got a long pause in action here, and perhaps a little confusion at which player was going in for who.
Well, I think Matt Fondy's night is done.
And Matt Fondy is indeed, because he's given his captain's band, Brian Burke, and he's getting a huge round of applause as that hat trick in the first half. Adam West, Batman, now on to the pitch.
Another night in the office for Fondy. Terrific work.
And a beautiful shot, but Goodwin with the save.
Shots starting to stack up for both teams. This is turning into a run and gun affair. 18 shots for Louisville, 12 for Harrisburg.
City fans, tonight's man of the match voted by you is number 9.
No real shock here, as the man of the match is voted by the fans tonight is Matt Fondy. Again, his 21 goals on the season, best in the entire USL. Janikowskis loses that as McCabe was on the other end of that ball, and McCabe's taken down. And we have another foul.
McCabe says, how about a card for that? Take a look. Borderline, definitely a foul, but I'm not sure it's a bookable offense.
I wager if Pettis were to do it again, he might get that booking. As now Illick chests it. Can he get there? He does. He chips it over the goalie.
Oh my
and
goodness!
That ball sent just wide as Johnson came in to not make that easy for Illick. But Illick can't believe it.
They just can't get anybody else to find the back of the net. They're not going to get very many chances better than these. Did mention Johnson put a little pressure on, but a beautiful ball, chests it to himself. The defender slips on that turf, and then he tries to one more time. He can't believe he puts it over the bar. They have had chances. Literally, these guys may not have chances this good the rest of the season, and nobody's been able to convert one other than Fondy.
As I'm dumbfounded with the number of chances that they've had.
You have 19 shots, you're going to wind up with some good ones in the bunch just by sheer volume, but they've had a bunch of really good ones.
This could very well be a 6-0 game.
Well,
right
but
now.
the other side of the coin is that Harrisburg's had some chances too here in the second half. I mean, Scotty Goodwin's come up big. They missed a couple of tries. They could have a goal. It could be a 6-2 game.
As Goodwin has credited with 6 saves
Yeah.
tonight, and Noble, to his credit, also credited with 5 saves.
Busy. These guys earn their paychecks tonight.
As Burke. Louisville City working along the near side, and they give it away. This Ekra again, a long searching ball. It goes all the way to Goodwin.
Wait, pick it up.
It's now the 89th minute here. Pollock, with some fancy footwork, able to keep possession for Louisville City. Now Montaneau McCabe working on the far side. And McCabe shoves him down, and now some pushing going on. McCabe visibly frustrated and still.
Now it's going to get some color.
That's Noble coming all the way over to talk to the ref.
A yellow card has been issued to Harrisburg City's number 32, Shaquille Dyer.
Shaquille Dyer pouring himself a yellow card.
It's a hot night. Tempers run short, especially when you've been under pressure for much of the evening, as the number of shots have these defenders working extra hard. Watch a little pushing and shoving here. That might have been a foul to start it. They didn't call that. Now they turned it into a wrestling match, and then they call that one. Cabe, who wasn't very happy before, is even more frustrated, and then the extracurricular activity after that.
Now in the final minute of regulation. Bob, as his tradition, stoppage time. How much?
I think it's 3.
Final answer?
Maybe 2. I don't know. I'm going to go with 3.
As we'll have that number momentarily.
Oh, 1. Terrible pick tonight. Awful pick. I haven't hit 1.
Well, the only one you haven't hit was
Just
the one you didn't
I
say
didn't
out
say
loud.
out loud, right. I just said it privately to you. 1 minute, terrible guess. I should have guessed. Oh, now it says 3. Yes! I win! Oh, that's what kind of night it's been. Dramatic night.
That's now Pollock with the ball. Over to Quinn. And another whistle there.
You don't know how happy that makes me. Not that this guy's injured, certainly by any stretch. I mean, the 3 minutes getting it right. Stoppage time, certainly. Jason Plumhoff, who has been having a big year for this team, leads them in goals and assists.
And Murad was just
Whoa.
giving him a pat on the back, making sure he was okay, and Plumhoff threw
Goal
his arm to the
scorers
side.
do not like nights where they don't get any scoring. It's hot, and he has no goals and no assists. He's not very happy with. Who is that? Murad? He's running back and forth with his.
Now Shinaski, not an iron mask, but a plastic mask.
Nice touch there.
As Burke able to head it down, and
Be a
Burke
chance.
able to get to it, sends
Yep.
the cross in,
Yep.
finds Hillick, and Hillick finds the back of the net, and that will give Louisville City the 4-0 lead here in extra time. As finally somebody other than Matt Fondy gets onto the scoring sheet.
That's a beautiful bit of work on that right side again. That is, again, the trademark of this Louisville team, even with Dakers out. A little give and go. Burke doing his thing and then puts it right on the money, and that is a perfect header, no mistake there. And finally, as you said, somebody else besides Fondy breaks through.
As that's Brian Burke's 9th assist of the season.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one too. That is right on the money right there. I like to just nod it down and accept congratulations.
As off the restart, which might be a little longer than 3 minutes, as we've had a couple stops in stoppage time already. Now Pettis to Foster, but Chinoski breaking it up.
Scotty Goodwin and his defense want to get to the locker room with a clean sheet. It'd just be the third one in the last 17 games.
It's West coming over to clear that one, but there was a whistle beforehand. There'll be a foul against Louisville City. We're now in the 94th minute. And now Plumhoff lining up to take this one.
At the spray again.
I love the spray.
I don't know why we haven't seen the spray before. I'm curious about that. And a little disappointed.
Plumhoff sends the ball in, and Goodwin picks it out of the sky as Johnson is racing in.
Going to end it.
There it is, the final whistle, and the purple smoke is flowing here in Louisville City. As the Coopers are loving it tonight, they got to see a hat trick in the first half by Matt Fondy, and then the capper by Elijah Illick here in stoppage time.
Louisville with that win clinches a playoff spot. We don't know what their seed will be, but a big 3 points means that there'll be some postseason soccer going on for this team. And obviously the folks here, this almost 8,000 on hand tonight, hoping it involves some matches right here at Louisville Slugger Field.
On behalf of our production team, Turbo Sports Group, and all of those at Louisville City FC, for Bob Valvano, I'm Jim Womble. Once again, the final score from Louisville Slugger Field is Louisville City 4, Harrisburg City Islanders nothing. So long from Louisville.